evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. I'm playing a Druid here. I tried not to go the route that several of my failed Druid runs in recent history have gone, which is to have a bunch of Ironbark Protectors and big stuff and just hope to, kill stuff and then play big creatures and win. The problem I found is that, I kill stuff, I play big creatures, then my big creatures die and I lose anyway. So I took a more well-rounded approach, and, well, in the first couple of games, it's worked out nicely. My first opponent, a Priest, was a newbie, and he lost. And then the second opponent, a Paladin, seemed to be playing with good cards, but he just didn't really have enough juice, and I overpowered him. Light will bring victory against Red Baron. Oh, man, Red Baron. They've got some good pizzas, those Red Baron guys. I love the French bread pizza, though. Those are the best. All right, this is actually a really nice opening hand with this Wild Growth that I begrudgingly took. I'll coin that out on turn 1, and then I've got 3 drops to play after that. So it's pretty sweet. I could even Defender of Argus on a Raging Worgen on turn 3, potentially, which is very mighty and terrifying. If you give a Raging Worgen even a single extra point of health, that is a ferocious thing. Now, I could have kept Mark of Nature. Raging Worgen plus Mark of Nature also is a good combo, but I don't like going for combos because it's just too easy for a 3/3 for 3 to die. Alright, so with the Wild Growth, it's kind of like I was the first player of this game, is essentially what's happening here. As you can see, I've got my turn 3 before he does, and then I kind of took away one of my coin and my extra card, namely the Wild Growth, to achieve that. So I think it's worth it, because first player is generally the advantage, and my opponent doesn't have the coin or the extra card that he normally would have had for being the second player. Now, the Raging Worgen's threatening to turn on Windfear against this Novice Engineer, so my opponent should really play a Shadow Word Pain to kill it if he can, or even a Holy Smite plus the Novice Engineer to kill it. Because otherwise, he really can't do anything. He can't play a 3-drop here. He'll just die. He's gonna silence the Raging Worgen, which is a totally fair choice. And does he have a Power Word Shield here for a mana? Nope. Okay. Wow, I gotta give credit to my friend Dan. If it weren't for him, I would never have taken this Ironforge Rifleman. I just always pass this card, but it is pretty good right here. It kills the Owl. I can kill the Novice Engineer as well. Now my guys are set up to die to Holy Nova, but I got straight up card advantage by killing off that Owl, so I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Then I can play Defender of Argus to put these out of Holy Nova range. Now I could also play Druid of the Claw, but I think putting these out of Holy Nova range against a Priest has a lot of qualitative value, so unless I really need to do something else, that is the move I plan to make.
I wonder.
Light Spawn. Oh, Jesus, with these light spawns. Alright, so now Defender of Argus doesn't look so hot, because my guys still just both died of the light spawn. I can play Druid of the Claw to block up the light spawn. If he has any health gain combos, he can screw me up, though. I could also play Cobra, but then the light spawn will actually kill something off. That's unfortunate. Problem is, if you let the light spawn attack, then he just heals it back up. That's annoying. Well, what I could do is, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna lose the Raging Worgen, but then the Ironforge Rifleman actually survives. I feel like that was the best way. I just did not want to have the Priest starting his turn with the fresh light spawn. There are so many bad things that can happen. I just don't want to do that. Stampede Dakota will kill my Defender of Argus. Par for the course, I guess. Alright, so I could play the Acolyte and the Cobra, or I could just play the Druid of the Claw. Let's go ahead and do both. Put down more creatures rather than less. And, okay, so now the Kodo can kill the Rifleman. If my opponent heals it up, the Kodo will be at 4 health. Druid of the Claw can then be used to kill it. Or I could just ignore it. We'll see what I want to do. Maybe he does have something better to do than healing the Kodo up.
Give me a quest.
Questing Adventure? Well, he must play something else now. Mind Vision. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, that's bad. These are all cards I do not want my opponent to have. They're all amazing. Shoot. That was a pretty good Mind Vision. That sucks. And he still has enough mana left over to heal the Kodo, which it looks like he's going to do. So either I kill the Kodo or I kill the Questing Adventure. Well, obviously the Questing Adventure is the bigger threat. But I could use the Druid of the Claw for that. No, he's not going to heal the Kodo. He's just going to buff up the Questing Adventures some more. Fair enough. Oh, Wrath is tempting. How do we do this? I would like to kill everything he has, is what I'd like to do. So let's Wrath for a card. Throw the Acolyte in for another card. Kill the Questing Adventure before it gets out of hand. Play Druid of the Claw. And I could charge and taunt, or charge and kill it, but I'm actually going to go health and taunt. A little risky, I know, but the extra health I think matters a lot. I'm just going to gamble that he's not going to do anything to make this ooze into a powerhouse. Oh man, I hope he doesn't have an Ironbark. I don't know what I'm hoping for. I mean, I don't want him to have this, I don't want him to have this, and I don't want him to have the Druid of the Claw, but he's got one of the three, so it's just bad. I can't really deal with an Ironbark in any way other than trading my own Ironbark for it, so that Mind Vision was essentially like a removal from my Ironbark for 1 mana. Well, and the 8 mana he spent playing his own Ironbark, I guess. Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly, no doubt. Blood Knight, okay, dropping before I can play these guys, that's good. Glad to see that happen. He's gonna heal up. Okay, unimpressive. And just run right in. Okay, that's fine, I'm okay with that. So, I could Starfire this, which is tempting, but here's the problem. If he has an Ironbark Protector, I need to plan ahead. So I can either play both these guys and then trade their Divine Shields to kill the Ironbark. If I Starfire this, I've got 2 mana left over. That's not enough to do anything, so I'll just be sitting on this, and he plays Ironbark. I'm in trouble. I can play this to heal this guy, and then kill the Blood Knight, live to tell about it. Then I've got 9 damage on the field, which I could do. Or I could just play the Ironbark and let this thing trade, but then Shadow Word Death is super effective. Playing this for heal seems weak, because then I'm foregoing the opportunity to get cards. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to kill the Blood Knight. I hope he doesn't have a second Blood Knight. Now, if he plays Ironbark Protector here, I can run in my... I can Starfire and pop 1 Divine Shield to kill it. And indeed, that is what he stole. Okay, well, that's fine. I can take it out pretty nicely. I can even silence it if I want to, and just ignore it. But let's not do that. Let's just Starfire. Draw a card. Voodoo Doctor. Nice. Okay. We'll kill that off. Play Voodoo Doctor for healing. Shapeshift. You know, I misplayed that a little bit. I should have popped this guy's Divine Shield because this dies to Holy Nova now. And this guy would not have. Well, at least we took out the Ironbark, so that's good. You can see, I mean, 8/8 for 8 is huge, but there's just a lot of ways you can deal with that, and I think that's kind of the problem. Oh, jeez, that's another reason why I should have kept this Divine Shield on. So now he's a 50% chance of killing a minion. He kills the Voodoo Doctor, which would have been the best way of killing the Knife Juggler. Alas and alack. And he heals himself up. Alright, Crazed Alchemist does not help me, unfortunately, at all. If I kill this, then I'm... See, I can't play Ironbark now because he could have Mind Control. Yeah, that's a problem. If I play this guy... I can't kill both of his creatures. I can only kill one of them. I could silence the Frostwolf Shapeshift. That's 6 mana. Then I could kill the Frostwolf Warlord. And then I can also kill the Knife Juggler. Then I'm not playing one of my big dudes. Okay, we'll do this, though.
Your magic shall not save you.
I think it's worth it to kill his stuff. I'm going to play the Crazed Alchemist just to get a creature on the board, even though I didn't use its ability. I think it's worth it to get it on the board. So we're trying to use Ancient of Lore here for card draw, and hopefully he'll use Mind Control on this if he has it. Priest with 4 cards, you know, you gotta fear the Mind Control. I can't just let him have this and then have it be like a 3-for-1 and lose the game. Especially because I used my silence. Like, maybe in another life I could have silenced the Ironbark after it got Mind Controlled, but not here. And then, like, attack past it, but he's got way too much health, and anyway, I already played the silence. Okay, so this is okay. He actually has nothing going on. Well, that's good news. So before we do anything else, let's draw cards. Always draw cards first. With him having 3 cards and passing on 8 mana, it seems very likely that he, indeed, is holding on to some stuff like Mind Control. So should I put a Mark of Nature on one of these guys? I don't think so. I think if I do, he'll just mind control, and then I'm going to have to spend a lot of resources killing it. Let's just go ahead and keep on attacking. See what he wants us to do. I mean, he had 10 mana, and he played a Fairy Dragon and healed himself. So clearly these 3 cards are wacky junk that he just can't use effectively. I can play Archmage and swipe in the same turn. He just top-decked an Ogre. So he's still holding on to 3 cards that he's not using, which is very interesting indeed. Okay, let's check for the win, actually, now. might be able to win the game. I have 9, 12, 16, 20 damage. If I had 11 mana, I could actually play Mark of Nature and indeed win the game, but as it is, I can't do that.
What to do?
Okay, we're gonna go for it.
Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this? I'm gonna bite. No, let's hang on to the bite. No, I can't play bite, swipe, and Mark of Nature in the same turn, so I need to use one of them right now. I'm gonna use Mark of Nature for +4 attack on my crappiest guy. I'm not gonna kill the ogre. I'm gonna get the damage through. Because now what's happening is I'm threatening to kill him with bite and swipe. And if he mind controls something, none of my guys have taunt, so he'll lose. That is the idea. So this is the kill. This is actually 9 damage. Even if he kills the Archmage, this is still going to be 8 damage. He'd have to kill the Archmage and heal himself and clear my board to, you know, not lose. I think he's just going to lose. I don't know what he could possibly do. I guess he could play Mind Control Tech, steal the Archmage, and then Defender of Argus. And then, you know, with those big taunts, I can't get my bite through and I can't fight through like the Ogre and, you know, a taunting Archmage. So yeah, that would be the way he'd do it. So he did have the Mind Control, so... Golf clap, clappity, 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 clappity for Boris playing around mind control correctly. Turns out I don't even actually need to do any of this stuff, I just kill him. So yes, I will say, well played. And I do think I played that very well. Not only did I correctly read that he had a mind control, but I played around it in the correct, effective way. And that enabled me to win smoothly rather than having to give him a bunch of turns, you know, fighting through my own stolen taunt creature. Alright, 3 wins. Good times. Good times had by all. Yeah, I like this. I like having some endgame with things like Ancient of Lore and Ironbark Protector, but I like not going too crazy with the Ironbarks. I'm definitely happy that I had that Crazed Alchemist there, you know, just a cheap thing I could throw down. I'm a fan of curves. I'm a fan of having good mana curves in my decks and not struggling to put things on the board and maintain board control all the time. Up against a mage, Stoneface the mage.
You asked for it.
Alright, we got one of these hands. One of these hands. Needs to be mulligan. Let's see if we get ooze or wild growth or something. Ah, Jesus Christ. I forget what it was that I took over market, or that I could have taken over Market Nature, but you can see why. This is just not my favorite card in the world. It's just hard to use it sometimes, and when you get bad opening hands like this. Maybe if it was a super aggressive deck and you could be more assured of having early drops, it'd be better. Silvermoon Guardian. Well, I think both of these were up against more expensive things, so at least I'm glad I got the cheapest card available. But this hand of 4 drops when you're first and can't use the coin, and your 3 drop is Mark of Nature is pretty bad, and the opponent is a fast start. Please be Loot Hoarder, or something I can kill. No, it's a Bloodfen Raptor. Oh, jeez. Boy. Defender of Argus, another 4 drop, just what I needed. I'm going to make a very unorthodox play here. I'm going to actually hit this Raptor. Now, you might say, Boris, that's crazy. Why are you doing that? Didn't you say never do that? Yes, but look, I have nothing to do on turn 3. Nothing. I could, of course, top deck something that would make me regret doing this, but, man, if I don't top deck a thing, I want this to be dead, even though it means taking a lot of life. And I get a Scarlet Crusader. Okay, so I will play the Scarlet Crusader, rather than going crazy, you know, killing this thing off. So I lost 3 health, you know, taking a chance and hedging my bets. I think that was worth it. Mana Worm lets her Fire Blast away the Scarlet Crusader's Divine Shield. It's looking a little bit ugly here. We're definitely on the back foot. She's going to throw away the damage guy. Okay, we're already down to 20 health. Awesome. Good start, Boris. Good start. Let's play Silvermoon Guardian. Try to kill the Mana Worm that way. I mean, I'll bite it if I have to, but I'd rather use these guys so I can get some board presence. She could ping it and trade the Raptor for it, but that's half her mana, and I don't really mind if she does that. Then I'll play Darkscale Healer to maximize my mana usage. It's important to maximize your mana usage when you are behind. Being against a mage sucks with Mark of Nature too, because she could have Polymorph, which is really bad for me. Man, she just played at something on every single goddamn turn. And this is a time where I don't have my swipe, so I could be in a lot of trouble. Alright, Druid of the Claw. Well, I think that's actually better than Darkscale Healer right now. Because it forces her to use her Fireball or Polymorph, whereas this does not force her. She could still do it, but she's forced to use her removal on this. That buys me some time. Because then she's not, you know, hitting my face or putting more creatures on the board. Wild Pyromancer. I don't like the look of this. What's happening here? Murloc War Leader. Okay, so she's just flooding the board with a bunch of dumb junk. Well, I'm okay with that. That's A-okay in my book. Now we can Wrath. I need to go for the full damage here. And what is the most dangerous creature? I guess the Murloc War Leader is the biggest body that is present. We're gonna play Bite and kill Pyromancer. That was overkill. Claw would have been better. We'll kill the Mana Worm before it gets out of hand. So my opponent got caught with her pants down, as it were. She had no Polymorph or Fireball or anything. Any buffs, nothing. She just had creatures, but boom. Taunt her, and I saved a bunch of health and killed all her stuff. Okay, so I'm looking like I'm probably going to win this game now. She has actually equal cards to me, but I'm about to go card up against the Stormwind Knight. She's just struggling to kill this Druid of the Claw. And it's just not happening. Alright, Swipe will not kill that, unfortunately, even with the help of Shapeshift. So what I'm going to do is just play... if I play Darkscale Healer, I could heal this up, but it'll be at 4 health. It'll still die to the Elemental plus Shapeshift. I cannot play 2 creatures, unfortunately, which is what I'd like to do. I could Mark of Nature this up, since I know she doesn't have Polymorph. Might as well do that. That would make this a 4/6. Yeah, let's try this. I am pretty sure she does not have a Polymorph. She would have used it against this guy turns ago, if she did have it. So we'll play a Silvermoon Guardian, hit her in the face, and the idea here is the Water Elemental can run in and freeze it, sure, but I can pop it with my Divine Shield after that, and then hopefully if these guys are both alive, I can play Defender of Argus in between. That's the grand plan. We'll see how that goes. 5 cards to 5. Okay, so actually, maybe I overstated. I'm not actually that far ahead here. I'm just equal on cards, basically. And if I get Ancient of Lore or something, I can go up ahead, but at the moment, I'm actually not in a super great shape. She's going to Frost Nova, which is sensible. Stops me from killing off the Harvest Golem or the Water Elemental if she chooses to run in. Nope, she chooses to keep the Water Elemental at bay. That's totally fine. Ooh, okay. So I can silence one of my Frozen guys. I forgot to do this in a recent draft on my channel. I forgot about unfreezing silence. So I can actually silence the Druid of the Claw, make it a 4/6 without taunt, then play Defender of Argus, make it a 5/7 with taunt. And that would undo the freeze. Or I could run this in... Make it... jeez. I can't quite kill both of her creatures this turn, unfortunately, because of this annoying Harvest Golem. You know, I don't really want to silence it because it's got the extra health. Alright. What I'm going to do then is we're going to play Defender of Argus right here. And I'm going to play Spellbreaker. Get rid of the Harvest Golem's nuisance. And pass the turn. Maybe I should have kept the Harvest Golem alive because after all, Swipe will finish it off. But whatever. This is fine. So I have a 5/7. I can actually heal this up more. I can heal it up to 10 maximum. She top decks an answer to it. What is it? It's a Fireball. That's good. That means she still has to Fire Blast it to get through it. I've still got this taunting Divine Shield, which is very strong. She's going to throw the Golem away to pop the shield. Use the Water Elemental to freeze it. Okay, fair enough. So what we do now is now I play the Darkscale Healer. Heal this up. Throw the guy away. I'm not going to play the Ooze because it seems like she might be holding on to a Flame Strike. There's a couple cards she's been holding for a while. Flame Strike would let her clear my board. It would be then 3 cards on me after I draw to 2 cards for her. Though she'd be drawing equal. So it'd actually be a dead even game after Flame Strike. Alright, so, does she... No, she doesn't have Flame Strike. Interesting. She actually does not have Flame Strike. Man, she just has not had anything she needed in this game, which I am just fine with. Oh, that's really lucky. That is very lucky that I got the Azure Drake, so I get to do this. And now, Swipe will kill this. Can I win? Wait a minute. I got 8, 12, 17. No, can't win. Crazed Alchemist would not let me swipe. Stop me from swiping. I can make this a 5/4. Okay, instead of using swipe, that's what I'll do. We'll make this a 5/4. So I can kill this like that. Then kill that. Shapeshift. Remember Calthalas. And then we're going to swing. Okay, so now she can, presumably does not have Flame Strike, or else she would have used it last turn. She can ping this, and I've got 8, 10 damage. 10 plus 5 is 15 damage, 16 damage. I could have played the Ooze. You know, I should have played the Ooze. I should have played the Ooze because she probably doesn't have a Flame Strike. Keeping this behind is kind of silly. So I should have played the Ooze, then I'd be threatening lethal. As it is, because I held the Ooze back, I'm not threatening lethal. Let's see. She would have had 19 health because I didn't shapeshift. I would have had the Ooze. I would have had 3, 5, 9, 13. 13 plus 5 is 18 damage, so actually I would not have been threatening lethal. Oh, I would have, because I would have shapeshifted to kill her. She has a Frostbolt, so no Flame Strike from my opponent. All my musings about killing her are for naught, because she had some lethal, and then she has a Frostbolt Warlord, which is totally fine. Alright, Starfire. Let's see, can I win now? Actually, hang on. This is 6 damage. 6 plus... yes. Yes. I can win. Gonna Starfire her, draw a card. We're gonna swipe her, draw another card, or not draw a card, sorry. This is why it's important to look for the win. I could, of course, have just, you know, traded the Frostwolf Warlord and been happy, but now she's at 1 health. She's dead to Shapeshift, unless she plays a Taunt or Life Gain card, and I happen to draw Swipe anyway, so I got the kill regardless. Alright, this is fine. We're gonna do a little bit of bad manner killing. I'm gonna swipe the Sunwalker and then kill her exactly to 0. Stoneface the Mage goes down. Oh, that was some bad manners. I don't normally indulge in that. I don't know why. The opponent was perfectly nice. I don't know why I did that. Well, we got a Golden Savage Roar there for the level up, and we're up to 4-0. I was over 9,000 for a little while. Then I got like 110 gold today for daily quests and completing the 3 wins. And okay, hopefully I'll make it to 7 wins and be back over 9,000 again. That was a nice feeling. Especially if the expansion that comes out this summer is going to be super expensive. Also, I got an exciting email today from Blizzard. I was invited into the technical alpha for Heroes of the Storm. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see any gameplay for that. I used to play League of Legends a whole lot. Like a lot. And then I like over a year, maybe even 2 years. Like League of Legends was like a game I played all the time. But then I stopped playing because I wasn't getting any better, and I got frustrated and gave up. But I do like, you know, that type of game. One of the things I did not like about League of Legends is a lot of people say that it was a really simple game. I don't think it's actually that simple. I didn't like how many like items you had to memorize in the shop to be able to play the game effectively. And one of the things I like about Heroes of the Storm, I watched some of it on Force's channel, is the fact that it you know, you don't have to like purchase items in the shop. You just pick things as you go, and that makes it a lot less intimidating. So I could obviously shapeshift the Bluegill Warrior and kill it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Crazed Alchemist like this. So there's risks to this. He might get out of this with like a Blood Imp or Abusive Sergeant or Mortal Coil or whatever, or this. But, you know, I feel like that was worth the risk to try to get ahead a little bit. Alright, Mark of Nature is funny here. I could use the Ironforged Rifleman to kill the Voidwalker, but let's actually go for the Mark of Nature. This is a little bit difficult for a Warlock to deal with at this stage of the game, a 2-5 with Taunt, especially because his stuff only hits for 1. Now you could Shadow Bolt and throw his Voidwalker away, but that's a 2-for-1. Fine with that. Maybe. Now the funny thing is, because I changed his stats, the Ironforged Rifleman won't kill the Bluegill Warrior anymore. He's gonna Soulfire, throw away a Black Knight. Wow, that's extreme. Throw away the 1-1, and I see why. It's because he wanted to play a 3-1 and he didn't want me to be able to shapeshift it to death. Alright, that's fair. Luckily, we're going to get to play MVP Ironforged Rifleman. Oh my god, I can't believe how solid this card has been. So it shoots his Wolf Rider to death, and now I'm threatening to kill the Voidwalker. Am I really going to have to change my opinion on this dumb card? That's quite remarkable. He plays an Ooze, which is fine by me, and another Voidwalker. Okay, so he really loves those Voidwalkers, I guess. And he hits me in the face. Alright. Well, Druid of the Claw, I think, seems like the obvious drop. No need to charge in and kill stuff hurriedly. Let's take the extra health. So now I'm protecting my Ironforged Rifleman here. He's behind on cards, but I mean, that's the Warlock's thing. He's playing lots of cheap stuff. This is a very zooey type of deck. He can now life gain and start catching up. I, however, have the Ancient of Lore, a bit of a trump card there. So he's got 5 cards to my 6. I'm actually ahead of cards even after he life tapped. So I'm feeling pretty good. I can use the Druid to kill the Voidwalker, use the Ironforged to kill the Ooze unless my opponent changes something. He's actually going to play Void Terror. Alright, so that's 3 cards in 1 here, so I can go pretty heavily against it and still be fine. Oh god, I can't believe I top decked that. I feel a little bit bad, but then again, you know, that's why I took that card. It's because silence is pretty good sometimes. So let's kill the Void Terror. Hit him in the face 4. Now my opponent is really far behind. This opening went severely badly for him. Derp, the Warlock, quite the troll name. You don't ever want to lose to someone named Derp. Or Deerp. I wonder if he's related to Deer Jason. Alright, 4 cards to 6 cards. I'm about to have tons of cards. I could heal up, actually, with the Ancient of Lore, but honestly, why bother? Wow. It's gonna... Grim Scale Oracle? Really? Grim Scale Oracle? Lord. Why? And why is he Soulfiring first? Soulfire should be the second thing that he does, not the first thing. Alright, I'm gonna play the Ooze. I'm going into Mind Control tech here, but he's only got 2 cards. What are the odds he's actually gonna Mind Control tech me? And I've got Ironbark, Ancient of Lore. This game's pretty much over. Unless he plays like a Twisting Nether or a really good Shadow Flame, and then has like the best top decks of all time. It's gonna be over. This Druid of the Claw, man, has just been MVP. Oh, Abusive Sergeant. Well, that's deserves a well played. Pretty good job there. Alrighty, so do we play the Ancient of Lore? Can I kill him? Let's take a look. 8, 11, 12. Can't quite kill him. I'm just gonna play an Ironbark Protector and hit him in the face. He's got no cards. I could have very efficiently killed all of his stuff, but seriously, this is pretty savage. Beat down territory. He's got to kill everything I have. I'm not sure how I was going to do that. He could have played like a Molten Giant for free and then Shadow Flame to clear my board, I guess. That would have been a combo that would have won them the game, or kept them in the game. I don't know why he threw his creatures in my Ironbark. That makes absolutely no sense, because my Ironbark is obviously going to kill his, so it being damaged makes no difference. Whatever. Whatever. That's actually the second time someone facelessly manipulated my Ironbark, isn't it? In this run, somebody played Faceless Manipulator. That priest. Yeah, I think they did. No, he mind visioned it. I feel as though someone played Faceless Manipulator against me, but I can't remember what the scenario was. Anyway, we win the game. Kind of interesting. That was a 4-0 situation, and the Warlock didn't really do anything that impressive, but it might just be that he's a fine player, and I simply had a good matchup against him, because that was mid-range versus his sort of aggro, and that's a pretty good place to be. Alright, Solid the Druid, good name. Good name.
I must protect the wild.
Well, at least with this deck, the mulligan decisions are easy. Gotta count your blessings where they are. Yeah, okay, well, we got a body, I guess. Whether it's useful or not remains to be seen. Okay, so here's the coin. Direwolf Alpha. I am generally not a big fan of coining out... Oh, what? You know, games like this make me doubt Blizzard's matchmaker. I simply do not believe that a 5-0 player in the arena would innervate a Direwolf Alpha. That's like one of the worst plays I could possibly imagine. It's so bad, especially because he has nothing to do on turn 2. He's just shapeshifting, and he's forgetting to attack me. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't know. You know, this is it. This is the moment, folks. Write it down in your notebooks. This is the moment when I officially stopped believing Blizzard when they say that they try to match people up in the arena with equal records. There's no way that a 5-0 player would innervate a wolf and then shapeshift and forget to attack. Now, yeah, good players sometimes shapeshift and forget to attack. It happens. It happens. But not in conjunction with innervating wolf. He forgot to attack again. Okay, this is someone who does not know that you can attack with your hero ability. What's the best part is that I just did it on the previous turn. So I did it. He saw me do it. And then still for the second turn in a row, he was like, nope, I just want the armor. I'm a gentleman's druid. Okay, I'm solid. I don't need any of this fancy schmancy attacking the face nonsense. Alright, So, I could shapeshift to kill this and let this thing die, or I could swipe. I'm just gonna swipe this, whatever. It's a 1-for-1, which is not the most impressive use of swipe, but I'm doing it for tempo. I'm keeping a creature on the board, I'm clearing his board, I'm making him react to what I'm doing. Next turn I can bite, coin, shapeshift to kill anything with 5 health. Druid of the Claw would be a very good card for him here. Knife Juggler, however, is not.
What does the
Alright, so the Ironforge Rifleman will now get to kill the Knife Juggler. So swiping last turn, notice how swiping the previous turn kept this around to kill the Knife Juggler this turn. So there's like a value, there's a benefit to using those removal cards loosely sometimes. Now I could Claw Shapeshift, kill this thing that I'm doing nothing else, or I can play this and threaten to kill it, or I can play this and threaten to kill it, wasting the Battle Cry. Let's go ahead and do this. It's the biggest body I've got. Threatens to kill this. He could do some crazy shenanigans like Mark of Nature and swing for a bajillion, but I'm not going to play around that. And next turn I'm probably going to coin into an Ancient of Lore and draw 2 cards, unless I need to bite Shapeshift. Alright, so he's going to do that, which is very clever. He can hit me in the face, hit the Darkscale Healer, Shapeshift, finish the Darkscale Healer off. Although, in order for that to work, he would need to be aware of the fact that Shapeshift can be used to attack minions. Which he seems, or to attack in general, which he seems not to be aware of. Okay, he's aware of it, so he's going to do that. Okay, Shapeshift, is he going to hit a minion? Maybe he thinks Shapeshift can only attack minions, I don't know. Ah, he figured it out. Good job, I'm going to say well played, like, good job, you figured it out. And he plays a Blue Doctor. Alright. Well, this is pretty much a free win. I'm not even going to coin the Ancient of Lore. Let's just keep it simple, keep it safe. Gonna kill the Abusive Sergeant. Whenever you have 2 seemingly identical creatures to kill the one that has more value if the opponent were to have a panda. The Voodoo Doctor would just heal for 2, but the Abusive Sergeant could give an attack buff. I judge that to be more valuable, so that's why I killed that one. He plays Murloc Tidehunter. Wow, he's just like trying to do his best to make me regret using a swipe early on. Pretty hilarious. Alright, and he's actually going to hit me in the face. Fine. Fine. If I shapeshift, I cannot play the Ancient of Lore. But I could play a Cobra. Or I could just play an Ironbark. Yeah, let's just play the Ironbark. He's not going to have a good answer to this, most likely. Kill one of his 2/1s. So he's got 4, 5, 6, 7 damage on the table. 8 with shapeshift. So you could throw everything at this, or one of his 2 cards could be removal, he could use that. But either way, he's going to lose a big chunk of his board, and I've got so many cards. Naturalize! Well, that's a pretty good answer to Ironbark Protector. I do get 2 cards for my trouble. But he gets some pretty sick tempo. Is he gonna attack me? This is the 3rd time he's shapeshifting. Alright, he learned it. We got to see learning in action, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. I'm actually gonna play this for the heal. I've got so many cards, it's not even necessary. I'm just gonna play it for the heal. Claw up, kill his biggest creature. And I mean, look at this. He's got this versus a 5/5 and 2 cards. I've got all this. So he's gonna have to have some pretty sick plays. Sick plays for days in order to catch up.
I hope you like my
Alright, that's a good start. Man, my other swipe would be really nice right now. Can't have everything, I guess. That's the price I do. I mean, I think it was a decent move to swipe his Dragonling mechanic. I think it had a benefit, but now we're also seeing the price of that decision.
I wonder.
Shapeshift. Alright. It was exciting. We got to see Solid learn how to attack with the Druid's hero ability and then play a bunch of bad cards like Cold Light Seer. Hilarious. And he's going to hit me for all he's got. Okay, fair enough. So what we're going to do here is the following. We're going to play Acolyte of Pain. Actually, why do I even care about cards? There's no reason I don't need cards. We're going to play Starlight Crusader, Defender of Argus, Shapeshift. Use that to kill this Voodoo Doctor. And use this guy to kill the biggest thing he's got, which is a, well. Let's kill this thing. Let's kill the second biggest thing. Yeah, keep some health up. My friend just finished a 6-win run. Love those toasts. Such a cool feature. Leopard, no, man, this was quite the aggressive Druid deck. He's gonna kill off my Ancient of Lore. Shapeshift. There's like no way that I could conceivably lose this game. Just no way at all. Alright, let's play. It really just doesn't matter what I play at this point. Shapeshift, kill the Leopard Gnome. Kill this thing. So you got me down to about half health, but I do have an 8-card advantage. This is not the most exciting match, to be sure, but I hope we all derived some comedy from Solid as he learns how to play the wonderful, beautiful game of Hearthstone. And yes, there's no way he's at 5 wins. It's just impossible. So yeah, I guess the Blizzard matchmaker for the arena is a little bit goofy.
Where shall I strike?
Druid of the Claw. It's a nice big taunter. Shapeshift comes off my Scarlet Crusader. It's all fine. It's all fine. Okay. I'm just really... Whatever. Let's do this. This. We'll do the 4-attack special. Hit him hard. Claw. And Shapeshift. Alright, so we got 8, 12, 14 damage being threatened. Plus 4 is 18, 20, 21 damage being threatened. This needs to be something to prolong this pointless game. Corehound. Corehound. Cold Light Seer, Corehound, innervating a wolf. I know there's going to be a bunch of people who post comments like, why can't I get these people in the arena? Hey man, I'm playing the same arena you are. Same arena you are. Boom. 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 I want you in my room. And it looks like biting. I'm playing a very feral Druid today. The biting is going off at the face more often than not, it seems. And we get a pretty free win to 6-0. Now, I mean, I'm sure the matchmaker's not like completely random, so it's quite likely that, you know, now I will start getting some good opponents at some point. But it'd be cool if I win 3 more games in a row. That'll be my first time ever getting 9-0 with Druid. The only classes I've ever been 9-0 with were Mage, back before 12 wins was the max, Paladin, which went on to go to 12-0, and I think one other class, but I can't remember. It was like a Hunter maybe that I went 9-0, but then I like ended up at 10 or 11. I unfortunately did not write that down, and I'm obviously not going to look through all my old videos to try to find it. So who's our next opponent? Really, the only thing that could make me sad at this point is going 6-3. Doninator the Hunter. Doninator? Why Don? Why not Dominator? Oh, I guess it's someone who's named Don in real life. Is that what's happening here? Okay. We're going to go ahead and mulligan that, keep the early removal. I got okie doke. Well, we're really feral. I guess Malfurion heard me talking. He's like, you want me to bite some faces? Claw to the face! Wild Growth. I wish I were the second player so I could have just coined that out, unfortunately. We'll have to content ourselves with playing it on turn 2 if the opponent does nothing on turn 1. Alright, Wild Growth it is. Though, it's not really doing anything for me. I can't really do anything at all except, like, okay, I can bite next turn, I guess, but it's only 2 mana here from my opponent. Oh man, if I had gotten that Silvermoon Guardian, that would have been nice. But the Scavenging Hyena, so that will die to one of my claws. Can I get a playable creature? Oh man, that's too bad. Ah, that's unfortunate. So, crap. I can now play this on the next turn. I'm like 2 mana ahead. That is the advantage of being the first player with Wild Growth. You're quite a ways ahead. He's gonna respond, you know. I'm gonna make a 5 mana move. He's only gonna have 4 mana to respond to it. Ooh, Druid of the Claw. Finally, some good stuff shows up. So it's actually good that I had the Wild Growth. Otherwise, I'd only have had 4 mana here. I would have just been biting the stupid monkey. As it is, I get to play the Druid of the Claw, which is pretty slick, and kill the monkey, perhaps. Now, a Deadly Shot, of course, could happen. If it does, then so be it. Nope, no Deadly Shot, so we're pretty sure the opponent does not have Deadly Shot here. If he had Deadly Shot, he would have 100% played it. Let's go ahead and kill the stupid monkey, and think. I could Starfire this, and almost kill it. But why don't we put another creature down on the ground? heal that guy up. It's a waste of the heal. I only healed 1 total point, but this is fine. So we can think about what to do with this big dumb beast on the next turn. Coining? Probably for a Savannah Highmane if I am... No, Argent Commander. So he's going to use the big dumb beast to kill off my Druid and pop the Divine Shield there. Bummer. Well, this makes it very simple. We'll get a card, some spell damage to make Starfire better. Ooh, Swipe is nice as well. Let's go ahead and Claw now. Kill the Argent Commander, kill the big dumb beast because I can. Multi-shot now doesn't really work that well. It'll kill the healer but not the Drake, and the Drake's what he really wants to kill. Swipe is a devastation. He'd have to drop a lot of stuff on the ground, and he's been playing pretty slowly, so I actually doubt that he would play that much. But still, just being able to deal 5 damage for 2 mana and 2 damage to the face is a nice bonus. Card-wise, we're actually equal because I went down a card through Wild Growth. He's got 6 to my 6, soon to be 7. But I am drawing ahead as the first player, which is pretty nice. Okay, so he taps out for Lord of the Arena. Here, the Starfire, I'm technically wasting the spell damage. If I bite, that's not enough, though. If I swipe, I can also play the Cobra, but I don't really want to do that. If I bite Shapeshift, I am 2 mana, I can't play the Cobra. If I Starfire, can't play the Cobra. Basically, either I play the Cobra, and then I have to either lose one of my minions or lose the swipe, or I use the Starfire or the bite, and then I get to play the Cobra later. Let's go ahead and bite. The reason I'm biting other than Starfiring is that the Starfire can deal 7 damage. And that could actually be relevant if he plays like a Boulder Fist Ogre. Boba just got 4 Fire Elementals. He better make it to 12, or I'll scorn you forever. Alright, he gets a Gladiator Longbow, which is a pretty strong card. But that was his entire turn, so he's going to get to kill both my creatures with it. But it was the whole turn for him. Let's go ahead and keep putting stuff onto the ground. Unfortunately, the healing is not going to get me out of range for the Gladiator's Longbow, but the good news is I've got actually 10 points of burn damage. Sorry, 9 points of burn damage in my pocket here. So if I hit him too much more, he's going to be in trouble. See what Dominator can do here. See if he can stop me from making it to 7 wins. He probably has Unleashed the Hounds. He's wondering if it's worth playing here. He's been holding on to a lot of cards, keeping his cards very close to the chest, as it were. Buzzard Hounds would draw him 3 cards, leave him with 3 mana. Let him pop Divine Shield and mostly kill this. The Longbow could then kill one of the Darkscale Healers. Yeah, that would put him in pretty good standing, although then Swipe would clear his entire board off. So it would be okay, but he'd be ahead on cards, is the problem, from my standpoint.
For the crusade!
That's not a very big deal at all, unless he plays a Blood Knight after it. Nope, just a Tiger. So he's actually had a pretty mediocre deck, it seems. Hasn't really done much at all this game. Moon Guardian. Alright, I'm going to start going for the face, because I do have lots of direct damage. So, at this point, I mean, he's almost dead. Starfire Swipe is 9 damage off the bat. I don't have enough mana left over to Shapeshift after that, but if any of the minions can attack him, he loses. So he needs Taunt, Life Gain, Mass Removal, something. Mind Control Tech would be a very good card for him. Unleash the Hounds would be okay, but these guys actually have a lot of health. These guys, you know, if you factor in the Divine Shields, technically have like 4 health each. This has 5, this has 3. So Unleash the Hounds with just 4 Hounds isn't going to do that much. Unless you can buff the Hounds twice, but it's unlikely. However, there are definitely things you could have right now that would let him not only stay in the game, but also potentially win the game. Okay, so no Hounds, no Mind Control Tech. That's good news. Maybe he's got an Explosive Shot. I should have not put this in the middle, should I? Explosive Shot here pops the Divine Shields and kills this. So he does have the Buzzard, okay. He's going to play Animal Companion for a card. Draws the Pig, which is alright. Lets him try to kill something off. Wow, Wild Growth was really good that game. Gotta say. Gotta say, Wild Growth was really good that game. Cult Master is totally irrelevant. Alright, so from his perspective, he's staving me off. From his perspective, I can deal 7 damage. Unfortunately, I have more than that. And that's the game. Doninator goes down, gives me a polite well played. I guess this man Don is a friendly man in real life. That is a wrap. Seven 0, nice times. I guess the deck is pretty good, although we have had some pretty weak opponents. We had the Druid, who innovated a wolf. We had a Warlock who played with Murlocs and soul-fired before making his other plays. There was that Priest in the first game. I guess Friday at, right around evening time is when less good players are out and about. But, yeah, I'm sure, I bet at some point here I'll start getting some tougher opponents. It's unlikely I'm just going to get 5 more free wins against people like that. Here's a Paladin. Roland Joe the Paladin. Well, right away I think less of this person, because their name is in all capital letters. For talking that trash, I'm sure I'm going to lose to them now, but man, why would you put your name in capital letters? Why? And why do my hands keep being so bad? I've been doing remarkably well with remarkably bad hands. That's a fact. Okay, Claw helps. I can always shapeshift his recruits. I don't mind playing a waiting game if that's what he wants. Secret. Okay. Well, if that's Noble Sacrifice, then this is a bad player. It's Noble Sacrifice. I don't understand. I don't understand why you would do that against a Druid. I really don't think anyone who's at 7-0 would ever play Noble Sacrifice on turn 1 against a Druid. First of all, Noble Sacrifice is bad against Druids, so you're kind of unlucky there, but you might as well just not waste the card for nothing. Alright, so I have the perennial dilemma of, do you Claw Shapeshift to kill it, or do you play the Wrath and kill it? The advantage of Claw Shapeshift is you're using more mana, but the advantage of the Wrath is that Claw is cheaper, so later on you can squeeze in a Claw on a turn where you would have had more of your mana to spend. And also, Wrath can draw a card, so losing that is bad, if I'm not drawing a card with it. So we'll go for the Claw Shapeshift. I'm not sure exactly what the correct decision is. That's what we'll try here, and we'll see if we regret it or not. So we've got 2 conditional 4-drops and 1 unconditional 1. I'm hanging on in there. He's still holding the coin, that's why it looks like he has so many more cards against me, but really, he has the coin and just 5 cards to my 6 cards. Alright, this is a very good answer to the Raging Worgen. If he can buff this, he can actually trade against the Silvermoon Guardian. He just needs to buff its health up a little bit. Here comes the coin. What is that, a Fen Creeper to protect me? No. Ironforge Rifleman and Bloodsail Raider. Okay, fair enough. So he found a way to respond to the situation pretty well. I've got these 4-drops that can't be played now. Acolyte of Pain, are you any good? Yeah, you're fine. So we'll Acolyte, and we're gonna Wrath, so we end up doing just 3 damage anyway, not getting a card for that. So the thing here is the Acolyte now can kill any recruits that he might make, and he can also run into the Rifleman and live to tell about it, drawing me 2 cards, which is pretty good. If, of course, that is allowed. He plays his Tiger for all of his mana, so I will get 2 cards out of the Acolyte, but of course the price is that now there's a Tiger here. Darkscale Healer. So I could play the Acolyte into that and Shapeshift and kill it, but then I have nothing else I can do. So I might as well play the Defender of Argus here a bit prematurely. Draw the card this way. Ooh, Voodoo Doctor. That is worth playing. There's no point in healing the Acolyte though, because of course the Acolyte will just die to the Tiger. So I am just gonna heal myself up. Now Consecration would draw me a card off the Acolyte, but it would kill the Acolyte and the Voodoo Doctor, and then the Tiger could kill my Argus Defender. Bite Shapeshift will kill the Tiger. So had I healed this up, he would have had to kill it with the Tiger, and then Consecration would have left the Defender of Argus alive, so maybe I should have actually healed that up. He chooses to leave my Defender alone, which I think is probably a mistake, but he doesn't end up having to pay for it this time. Wild Growth. I could swipe, shapeshift, clears board. I could bite, shapeshift, also clears board, but then I have to lose the Defender of Argus. Play the Darkscale Healer. Heal this up, but what good does that really do me? None. I just hate spending a swipe so early. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do bite, shapeshift, kill the tiger, kill the recruit. So I cleared his board, lost my defender, but I kept the swipe. I judged that keeping swipe was more valuable than keeping my defender. We'll see if that ends up being correct or not. I'm a little bit behind on life and a little bit ahead on cards, but he's got the play right here. Windfree Harpy's a pretty good card. If I could Azure Drake and swipe to kill it, I would, but as it is, I cannot do such a thing. I could silence it.
Your magic shall not
Yeah, let's silence it and play with Silver Moon Guardian. This seems fine. This way I put the most creatures on the board as I can. The Harpy can, of course, kill the Spellbreaker, but then I shapeshift and finish it off, or I swipe and finish it off. However suits me. If he hits my face, I'll Azure Drake and I can swipe this and then it'll deal 2 damage to anything else he plays. So he'd be really asking for trouble if he did that. Alright, I don't want the Knife Juggler to hit the Silver Moon Guardian. That's the only thing I don't want it to hit. Anything else doesn't make a difference. Hits my face, fine. Fine, fine. He will do the smart thing and kill that guy off. Play something else? Come on, you know you want to. Play something else. Come on, you know you want... No, not choose over champion. I don't care about that. Ah, jeez, that's annoying. Well, that sucks. He's gonna pop the Divine Shield or hit my face. He's gonna go for the face, which I can't blame him for. And I did not get my ooze. Well, let's go ahead and do the Azure Drake. And let's swipe his face. Clear his board. So now the True Silver Champion will kill the Drake, but it will be almost equal on life. I'll have the advantage on the board and on cards. The Wild Growth never got used, but it'll draw me a card at least. It's gonna lay on hands. Wow, alright. That is tricky. So this reverses things. Now I'm a little bit ahead on the board, but he's doing ahead on cards. Well, is he? 5 cards to 5, 6? Yeah, I guess I'm still a little bit ahead on cards. But he really catches up. I mean, he could be winning this game right now. He made a slight inaccuracy. He should have probably attacked first and then done the lay on hands because he wasted 2 points of healing there. He could have been at 28 instead of he's at 26. Ah, Ooze comes late. Alright, well, let's shapeshift to check for the Noble Sacrifice. It's not Noble Sacrifice. It's also not Eye for an Eye, so it could be Repentance. So I'm going to play Scarlet Crusader to check for Repentance. It is! Look at that. So he wastes another secret. Swing there, and we'll play a Darkscale Healer to heal back up. So I did not end up Wild Growthing there, but the secret, I think, made it prudent to check for stuff. So he's got 5 cards to my 6. A little bit ahead on cards. Raging Worgen will die very easily, that's fine, unless he does something wacky here, like play a Blood Knight.
We must cleanse
Shattersun
the
Cleric
Sunwell.
is another answer to this problem.
not on my...
And Divine Shield, okay. So he's going to make this as difficult as possible for me to clear his board. I see. I see how it is. He can even make a recruit still. Yep, okay.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, let's check for Wild Growth. I've got plenty of mana, so let's do this first. Get our excess mana. Ancient of Lore, eh? How urgently do I need these cards? The answer is not that urgently, I don't think. I can't clear his board, unfortunately. But what I can do is I can pop the Divine Shield, kill this off, kill this off, shapeshift, kill this off, play the Ooze, do I play the Cobra, do I play the Ooze? I don't think so. Don't play Claw here thinking you can kill the Argent Protector. I've already shapeshifted and attacked, so the Claw would be a waste. I've made that mistake before. A bit vulnerable to Consecration, but okay versus everything else. Hammer of Wrath gives him another bit of card advantage, so he's drawing his way out of this, but the Ancient of Lore could tip the scales in my favor. He chose to kill the Silver Moon Guardian over the Cobra, which suggests he has a buff for this to kill the Cobra with, otherwise keeping the Cobra around is really silly. It's just very silly to keep this, you can't play any big drops. No, I guess he just decided this 3-3 was better than the 2-3 with the killer ability. Very fascinating. Alright, let's think. Yeah, let's do this. It's fine. We can play the Ancient of Lore. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of Vulnerable versus Consecration. Play the Rifleman down. Swing 3. So Consecration will clear 3 of my 4 creatures, but now, even with his Lay on Hands and even with Hammer of Wrath, I'm quite far ahead on cards. You can see 8-3.
Well played. The victory.
And okay, I don't think I've ever been 9-0 with Druid. Don't think I have. So, this is my chance for the first time ever to be 9-0 as a Druid. Let's see if we can make the magic happen today. This is very heartening because I just had a 3-win Druid run, which was like kind of embarrassing for me these days. I don't go that low that often. But this Druid run is going very well. It's at least 8 wins. Even if I lose the next 3 games, it's still pretty solid. It's possible that I've just had weak opponents or good matchups, and I'm glad to face a storm of fury that will take me down a notch. But Neo Ability the Rogue is the first person to try. We're second against the Rogue, finally. And everything gets to get mulliganed. So at least I can't see those cards. Maybe I'll get some cheap cards. Yep, kind of, okay. Well, against a Rogue, there's really no point playing a Voodoo Doctor. It's very bad. I might consider it against a Druid or a Mage, but against a Rogue where she can make a dagger and keep the dagger in play, definitely not. So the Voodoo Doctor does kind of suck, unfortunately. I got really nothing to do. I'm not going to coin a Cobra. That seems a bit silly. I'll just shapeshift and hope for the best. Okay, Wolf. Do I coin a Cobra here? I think I actually will. So the idea here is I'm spending my coin to try to get some card advantage killing this Wolf. Now she could make a dagger, but I'd rather her make a dagger than play actual 3-drops at this point. She will make a dagger. Is she gonna backstab the Cobra? She's gonna backstab the Cobra. Wow, that's unfortunate. Oh crap, that was perhaps a foolish gambit. She just killed my Cobra, now I have nothing to do. And I've lost my coin. Well, Claw at least comes along. Make me feel a little better about my life. Let's kill that Wolf off. We have Bite, which might kill some 4-drops, but admittedly not all of them. Not Senjin, not Violet Teacher, not Yeti. She can also play like a couple of small things that Bite would be pretty ineffective against. This is probably one of the worst hands I've had ever in this run, so it wouldn't be surprising if I lost this game. Ah, jeez, that's just too bad. Raging Worgen comes along a little bit too little, a little bit too late. It's just going to die to the Yeti. Is there even any point in playing it? I'm going to play it, because honestly, what else am I doing with my life? The Voodoo Doctor just dies to the dagger, so there's no point in playing that. Yeti survives with 2 health. So oh god, I just can't play anything at all. This is, I've had some bad hands this run, but this is really the worst. Well, when you're 8-0, you can't complain too much about a bad hand here and there. It's unfortunate I'm not going to make it to 9 wins, it seems. Or at least 9-0. But, yeah, I did the best I could. I mulliganed. The Rogue just had a quick start, and I foolishly used my coin. She's even going to eviscerate to preserve the damage on the Yeti. Ouch. Okay. So instead of using Bite here, what I'm going to do is Spell Break the Demolisher. So the idea here is this, if it hits the Yeti will drop to 1 health. Then I can swipe the Demolisher and the Yeti will die. Or I can just kill the Demolisher if she leaves the Spellbreaker alone. She's actually going to use the dagger. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Nuts on a pony. Notice, by the way, how useless this Defender of Argus is. This is partially why I am, you know, hesitant to take multiple Defenders of Argus. Swipe will clear her board that she currently has. She'd have to really oblige me playing some pretty bad cards to let me clear her board. And she's going to sprint. Okay, so she's going to get ahead on cards now. It's likely that whatever she drew. She's going to have an answer to the Ironbark Protector. So my choice is, do I clear her board or do I play the Druid or the Claw? Gonna go for the Druid.
Shall I strike?
And I'm gonna play the Voodoo Doctor now, heal up, and get this extra power and toughness on the board while it's hidden behind a Taunter, preventing her from daggering it easily. She does have 8 cards though, Monster Hand. She's ahead on life, and she can react to this board with 8 cards. So I'm almost certainly gonna lose, but I guess it's not impossible to win at this stage. Especially if she doesn't have Assassinate or Sap for the Ironbark, there's a chance I could actually hang on.
So many options.
She has used a Backstab and Eviscerate, so she might not have removal.
I smell blood.
That'll die to Swipe, which is fine.
This guy's
That
toad.
will not die to Swipe. She now daggers down my Doctor
X marks the spot.
and plays a 3/3. So, lots of different things I could do. I could do this in Market Nature. Make a 4/9 with Taunt, or just an 8/8 Taunt for all the mana that way. I could swipe the Demolisher, kill this. These things have 3 health, they'd both live, so it's kind of underwhelming. I could actually swipe one of them, let the Demolisher live. But then what else am I doing? Nothing? Well, let's drop the Ironbark, I guess. 6 cards to have an Assassinate or a Sap and win the game. Even without that, she can just throw these 3 creatures at it and she's totally fine. She has the Assassinate though. And she has a Yeti. Oh dear. Yeah, well, I just had a terrible hand. She had a credit to her. She had a pretty well drafted deck and she played it correctly, but I just had no chance that game with the draw that I had. And that is a wrap.
I concede.
Oh man. Quite an unfortunate turn there. Quite unfortunate. So, no 9-0 from me. But, well, still like to make it to 10 wins. Ensure those non-mundane commons.
Malfurion versus
Riffin the Mage. Or
You
Riffin.
asked for it.
I must protect.
Alright, we got
the
a
wild.
play, I guess, technically. Alright, this is a fine opening hand by comparison to the last one. We can play one of those guys on turn 2 with the coin, and then if it lives by a miracle, it'll be the Worgen, probably. I'll Mark of Nature it and make a 3/7 taunt with, you know, potential to get Enraged and Wind Fury. Good times. Do you play Voodoo Doctor here? Now, I could do that to encourage her not to do anything on turn 2 besides Fire Blast, but look, she's hovering over Fire Blast. It seems like she was going to do it anyway. So, I'm not going to play the Voodoo Doctor. Now, if she plays a creature, I'm going to regret... Okay, yeah, I regret it. I regret everything. I regret everything. Oh, Jesus. So if I'd played the Voodoo Doctor last turn, she would have Fire Blasted it, but then I would be free to coin a Raging Worgen this turn. Instead, I can't do the Raging Worgen. We'll have to do the Ironforge Rifleman. So even though it's pretty much a total waste of the ability, this thing does what it needed to do, which is it trades against the Fairy Dragon. Shoot, should have done it. She fooled me by hovering over her hero ability. Quite clever there. Shooting this is not totally useless. It does guard against Shattered Sun Cleric. She's actually going to hit my face, which is an interesting choice. I wouldn't advise that in such circumstances. Unless, of course, she's Frostbolting or Arcane Missiling. In that case, totally fine.
What to do? What to do?
Give me a quest.
Interesting. That is one of the most baffling plays I've ever seen. I think this is another bad player, folks, because look, she kept my Ironforge Rifleman alive and played a Questing Adventurer, knowing I could just die. I can just clear her board here. In fact, that is what I'm going to do. I could do goofy things, like I could, you know, put Mark of Nature on the Rifleman, but I'd rather just clear her board. Play a Voodoo Doctor here. So now she can spend half her mana killing this, which is fine. Then she's likely not going to do anything else, and then I can play the Raging Worgen. But leaving the Questing Adventurer just to die was definitely foolish. Had she just killed the Questing Adventurer, I could not have killed her. Or sorry, had she killed my Rifleman, I could not have killed her Adventurer. I was a turn away from these bites. Very bizarre play. Stormwind Knight is a good answer here to my Voodoo Doctor. Of course, she doesn't actually kill the Voodoo Doctor. She just leaves it alive. That is bizarre. Bite won't kill this, unfortunately. Mark of Nature makes us a 2/5 with Taunt. Then I'm not doing anything else. I could play the Worgen. This thing plus Fire Blast will kill the Worgen, but then she's not killing my Voodoo Doctor. Okay, so that seems like the most sensible play. This was Fire Blast, kill the Worgen, but if she does that, the Voodoo Doctor survives. If she has a Shadowstone Cleric, she could Fire Blast the Doctor, buff this to a 3/6, and kill the Worgen that way. If she leaves my Worgen alive, she is insane. And definitely not at 8 wins and 1 loss, because that's some pretty poor play. First, losing the Questing Adventure, and then second, if she leaves the Worgen alive, then there's no doubt she's a bad player. Which is fine, no shame in being a bad Hearthstone player, you could still be a great person, just not someone with an 8-win record. Alright, what are you going to do, buddy? Figure it out. Figure it out.
Someday I'll be just
Okay.
like you.
Is there going to be a Fireball or a Frostbolt here with that Sorcerer's Apprentice?
We must cleanse the
She does have the Shattered Sun Cleric, unfortunately. The good news, at least, is that after she kills my Raging Worgen, I can use the Voodoo Doctor to kill one of her guys, and then I can also bite this thing to death. She will kill the Worgens, which is not completely bonkers. That is both sad and bad, I suppose. Okay, we're going to go ahead and kill this off. Now, I can either play the Darkscale Healer, which holds up nicely against her team, or I could bite to kill the guy. Let's actually play one of these. Put some pressure on. Currently, this will trade against both of her minions, and I don't mind stalling for time. As long as I can keep the board empty in time for the Ironbark, I'm pretty happy. Oh, does she have a Dark Iron Dwarf? No, she's just a Fireball. Alright, so she'll kill that off. Hit me in the face a whole bunch. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try the same thing one more time. Got her to use a Fireball. Let's see if she has another one. Next turn I can play Bite and Crusader or Bite and Mark of Nature.
The gates are open.
Lord of the Arena is unfortunate, but I can bite it to death. The problem is I'm getting hit pretty hard, but I've got life gain with this bite, other bite, and by Shapeshift built in, so that's fine. Okay, now Wrath is interesting. I could Wrath this, draw a card, throw the Darkscale Healer at it, and then bite one of the other guys. Then I lose my Darkscale Healer. Let's actually keep the Darkscale Healer. I think I'm going to be okay. We're going to bite. Shapeshift. Hit this thing. Hit this thing. Little risky letting her hit me down to 12 because now 2 fireballs will kill me. I'm gambling that since she used 1 fireball already, I should be good to go. Then I can play the Ironbark hopefully next turn and be safe. She's gonna Frostbolt. Is she Frostbolting my face? No, she's Frostbolting my creature, so she's not burning me out. That's good. Water Elemental is very scary. But let's see if she has an answer for the Ironbark. She's already used a Fireball. She didn't have an answer to my second thing, so I might actually have a chance with this Ironbark Protector. Drake, worth it? Nope, not worth it. Too slow. Gotta do this Ironbark. Now, if she has a Silence or a Polymorph, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. I will lose despite my opponent having played pretty badly. However, if she doesn't have either of those things... Oh god, there's the Mana Worm. Oh, she actually has it. She has the Polymorph. Shoot. Well, the good news is she's pretty low on cards. I might still survive, but the problem is with this Water Elemental hitting me, I'm actually going to be frozen and I cannot use my bite to kill anything off, which is really bad. Oh god, she's giving me the well played. Oh, that's freaking mannered. So I could bite just for the life gain, but that seems obviously awfully silly. We need to do this. And well, that's an intriguing possibility. I can't kill 2 of her creatures. I can only kill 1. No, I can kill 2. I can kill the Mana Worm and the Shadowstone Cleric. She can hit me down to 1 health then. Is that better or worse than putting a Mark of Nature on this, making a 4/8 taunt? Well, I'm going to go for this. And if I actually get to live through the turn, I might have a decent turn with Bite, Wrath, and Swipe. So let's see if she's got the Fireball to finish me off with. She just top decked a Spellbreaker, so that's going to be lethal. So yep, she top decks the kill. Oh my god. Well, this might sound very cynical of me, but I think this person played very badly. I think she got extraordinarily lucky, and I think I might have misplayed myself a little bit as well. To wit, I should have played a Voodoo Doctor on turn 1, let her kill it, and stop her from playing that Fairy Dragon, because then that would have let me coin into a Worgen on turn 2, and she would have been on the back foot instead of on the front foot. So that was my mistake, but I think the person, apart from that, which was a pretty subtle mistake, the person played really badly, and still won just because she had all the cards. And that'll happen sometimes. You'll lose to someone who's bad and they have all the cards. You can't get too frustrated about it. I mean, it's frustrating, but you can't, like, go crazy getting sad about it, because that'll happen, and sometimes you'll play terribly and you'll win because you just have the cards. It goes both ways. At the end of the day, whoever's better will win more games, and hopefully I can win at least 2 more in this run, because it's a fun deck and I enjoy playing with it. Narok 120, yet another mage. This one with a different name.
I must protect the
Okay, so it's a very similar story here. Let's keep the Swipe. Let's actually keep this whole hand. And see what she has to say for herself. Okay, so it's the same exact situation. It's the same exact situation. I have the Voodoo Doctor, the Worgen, the Rifleman, and a coin. So we're going to do it right this time. We're going to play the Voodoo Doctor, let her Fire Blast it, coin the Worgen. The only thing that's different is I don't have Mark of Nature, so having the Worgen alive isn't quite as critical, but I can do some wacky things like Ironforge Rifleman, shoot it, turn on Wind Fury, smack her for 8, and try to play aggressively. Something like that. She Fire Blasts my face. Obviously Fire Blasting this would be silly. Turning on Wind Fury is not what you want to do. Let's play the Rifleman and go for it. We're going to be aggressive. And 8 damage on turn 3 is a lot of damage. It's like over a quarter of her health in one go. So it really puts her on the defensive here. She had nothing on turn 3. What else does she have on turn 4? A Polymorph. So she has to use a Polymorph against a 3-mana creature. I'd say that was a win. Huge win. Mark of Nature. Alright, we're going to think about this. I mean, if I'm not doing Mark of Nature, what am I doing? Crazed Alchemist for no purpose? It's Mark of Nature. I could go for the attack. Ah, jeez. Let me think about this. Do I actually want to go for the attack on this and just hit her for 6? Let's go for it. Let's be crazy. We're going to put it on this guy. And we're going to swing for 6 damage. I mean, look, she's at 15 health. I'm not behind on cards or anything. It's doing fine. She could use a removal spell to kill this, but that would be most of her mana for the turn. And she still has to fireball this sheep. She's going to fireball my guy. So she's getting a 2-for-1 out of the deal, but I got to keep this sheep. Okay. So here, I could swipe the Mana Worm, but let's not be too crazy. Let's just play the Darkscale Healer. Hit her for 1. Call it a day. See if she can answer the Darkscale Healer. She's used a Fireball and a Polymorph. And it would be quite remarkable if she now still had an answer for this after using Polymorph and Fireball. Alright, go to the arena. Not a very good card. Because of a number of reasons. Chief among them, Starfire kills it. Now, what I could do here is actually silence it. The reason I might want to silence it is that then I can Crazed Alchemist to this guy, make this guy a 5/4. Swing for 6, take her down to 8. At that point, you know, Starfire and Swipe will be the win in a couple of turns. So I'm going to do that, actually. Rather than throwing the Starfire in the Lord of the Arena. Actually, what's the point of... There's no point in Crazed Alchemisting this, is there? I could just Shapeshift and get the extra damage that way. Well, if I Crazed Alchemist, the Lord will die when he kills it. So yeah, we're going to do this. And it also puts an extra creature on the board. So we'll do this, swing at her face. Alright. So now, over 2 turns, Starfire and Swipe is guaranteed lethal. This is 9 damage, unless she plays Healing. Or Counterspell. She'll freeze my team. Don't really care about that much. She should have actually killed the sheep last turn, by the by. And she's going to kill my creatures, which is smart. Alright, so I could Swipe and Shapeshift. That will kill the Mana Worm, but it'll enrage this. Or I could just Starfire and not Shapeshift. I'm gonna swipe and shapeshift. I got enough health. She's not gonna kill me, even with this enraged guy. There's no way she's gonna deal 20 damage to me. So we'll get her down really low. She has to heal at least 3 health to not die to Starfire. In fact, she has to heal at least 4 to not die to Starfire Shapeshift. Starfire Shapeshift is 6. She'd have to have a Priestess of Elune is like the only card. And she does not have a Priestess of Elune. So this is actually over now. Because even if she plays a Taunter, I can Starfire her to death. She'll ping the Crazed Alchemist. Hit me. That extra damage I put through from her not killing the sheep was actually pretty critical here. It gave me a little bit of extra leeway. Oh, let's actually go for the bite. We'll call this arena Feral Druid. We're just biting people all the time. Alright, we make it to 9 wins. Preserving some of my dignity from 2 ignominious losses back to back. Let's see if we can make it to 10. Avoid those mundane commons. And hope for the best. Let's do it. That was pretty cool. I am glad that I learned from my mistakes. I actually got to have the exact same scenario, almost, with minus the Mark of Nature against the exact same class. I made the correct choice, and it worked out very well. She ended up fire blasting my Voodoo Doctor instead of playing minions. And because of that, I got board advantage. Just raced her down. It was good times. And the Rifleman, I gotta say, has actually been fine. Man, I think that card is okay. I mean, the fact that you're paying 2 extra mana compared to an Elven Archer for 2 stat points is really bad. But, like, just in terms of objective value, it being a 2-2 makes a huge difference compared to the Elven Archer being a 2-1. Like, it deals more damage as it attacks, and it also, you know, doesn't die to Fire Blast and whatnot. Alright, so here we go. We are the first player. That means on turn 2, we're likely going to Wild Growth, meaning that on turn 3, well, we'll either be able to play the Cobra and Claw or Silvermoon Guardian, which is pretty nice. She passes the turn, which is nice. We got 2 claws here.
Job's done.
And that's a wrap. So let's see if we do the Cobra Claw or the Silvermoon Guardian. It is nice to have options. It's nice that whatever she does for 2 mana, I have 4 mana to respond to it. Now she does have the coin, so one of those times it'll be 3 mana versus 4 or 4 versus 5, but it's still like you have a lot more mana to respond to your opponent than they do. Alright, so here comes the coin. She's going to blow it early. To get what? A Harvest Golem. Ah, that's annoying. So, yeah, it's annoying. We will go ahead and do the Silvermoon Guardian here.
Shall not fall.
She can ping up the Divine Shield, but at least then the Cobra doesn't quite kill it, which is good. Unless she has like an Arcane Missile or something here, we should be okay.
What to do? What to do?
This would be a good way to pick up the Divine Shield, but it is also a way to damage the Golem. Oh my god, did they all seriously just hit this guy? 1 in 8 odds. 1 in 8 motherfucking odds, and that happens. Ah, you've got to be kidding me. That was ridiculous. Now we have to play the Cobra, Shapeshift, kill the Pyromancer. But my Silvermoon Guardian should have lived, and then it could have at least killed the Cobra, getting rid of the whole version. Man, what a bad time for 1 in 8 odds to bite me. Bite me. We could call this one Bite Me instead of Feral Druid. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Anyway, we're going to play the Azure Drake, hopefully catch up on cards a little bit from that. She's got 6 cards to 5 of mine. I went down a card voluntarily for Wild Growth. She will just Fire Blast this away. Oh my god, this Golem should be dead. So I can Azure Drake and Claw to kill this. Unfortunately, I cannot Azure Drake and Shapeshift. Alright, instead of the Azure Drake, we'll play the Archmage. That's more of my mana being spent. I don't need the card yet. Getting some spell damage, which does not help any of these cards, actually. But it'll take her something big to kill it. Either Polymorph or Fireball will need to be used if she wants this thing to die. And in either case, if it's Fireball, this thing will live it with 1 health. If it's Polymorph, it'll live with 1 health, and she won't have enough mana to Fire Blast to death because she's used her coin already. She now has 7 cards to my 5, soon to be 6, 7 possibly if I play the Azure Drake. Let's see if she can answer this. She's thinking a lot. Even Fireball and Polymorph don't quite do the trick here, so that's nice to know. And if she has neither of those, I could be in good shape. Just gonna play a Stranglethorn Tiger, fair enough. So the Tiger will kill my Drake, which is quite unfortunate. She's gonna damage this, hoping to kill it with her Tiger, I see. Well, let's go ahead and play the Azure Drake. The Stealthy Tiger cannot be attacked, sadly. Crazed Alchemist, I'm gonna go for this. I'm totally gonna do this. The reason why I'm, oh Jesus, hang on. The reason why I'm tempted to do this is so that this becomes a 5/4 and it'll kill the Tiger, but the Tiger's probably gonna kill the Azure Drake anyway. Well, if I leave the Archmage alive, obviously a 4/5 with spell damage is better than a 4/4 with spell damage, so if I leave it alone, the Tiger will kill it, but either way, the point is I can just shapeshift and it'll kill off the Tiger. So really, what's the point of this? Puts an extra creature on the ground, Flame Strikes a turn away, okay, we'll put another creature on the ground, deal an extra point of damage, and then call it a day. So she's used her coin, so no Flame Strike. She could Blizzard, but these things would be left with 2 health, which is pretty safe. Swipe deals a whopping amount of damage, but of course the Drake's gonna be dead. It's tense. It's definitely tense. After she kills this, I have 6 cards left to her 6, assuming I shapeshift or swipe away the Tiger. She continues thinking a whole lot. This made me vulnerable to Argent Commander, which is kind of troubling, I suppose.
I wonder.
Although I think if she had Argent Commander, she would have played it by now. That wasn't very impressive. She's going to heal this up. Okay. That is fine because Swipe still clears her board. I could also Iron Bark, which is intriguing, but I'd rather clear the board while I have the spell damage available to me. For the wilds. So this Crazed Alchemist is cheating a little bit, sneaking in 2 extra damage compared to if I hadn't used it. I need to consider my burn potential here. This is 4, 6, 8, 9. Damage plus 7 is 16. She's going to be at 2 health here if everything gets to attack her.
What to do? What to do?
So no Polymorph, it seems, no Fireball, and no Argent Commander. Flame Strike, if she has it, she should play it. I mean, even though it's an expensive way to kill my minions, she's got to keep the board clear here.
What to do?
Although maybe she doesn't think I'd have that much burn as a Druid. Druids are typically not what you think of when you think of like the really good classes at burning you out. She plays a War Golem. Alright. Well, what I'm going to do here is play the Iron Bark. I'm going to swing for 7 damage. Okay. Should I claw her face? I'm just going to claw her face. Once. So now I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. If a single one of my creatures can attack her, she's going to die. And then even if not, if she doesn't play taunts, Shapeshift will kill her in a couple of turns. And even if she plays taunts, I've got a swipe in here. I've only played 1 swipe so far. I've got a swipe in here, and I've got a Starfire. They will kill her as well.
What to do?
I am the blade.
This mage actually does have Priestess of Elune and the 2 mana with which to burn away my Iron Bark. Alright. So let's see, I've got 7 plus 4. Well, no, she didn't kill my other creatures, so I'm going to win. Alright, well. Let's bite. Bite. Just in case I did my math wrong. I think actually I think I unintentionally bad-mannered there. But I just didn't want to screw up my math. So yes, bite me, the Druid gets another win. Okay, we're up to 10 wins. Woo! At 10 wins, you might get crappy gold rewards. You can definitely get like 180 or something at 10 wins, but you can also get like 300 something. So there's a potential for big rewards, and any commons you get will be gold. You can still get non-golden rares, but, well, you can't have everything. I don't actually know if you can get a legendary as a reward at 10 wins. I know you can get one at 12, and I know I've gotten a legendary as a reward twice, but I know the first time it was at 12 wins, but I can't remember if the second time was at 12 wins or not. I seem to remember it was not 12, but I can't be 100% certain. Okay, we're up against another opponent. Is another mage. Hero mode. These have all been different. We're never playing against the same mage twice, but lots of mages today. This is a bit of an abysmal opening hand. Okay, so we're gonna mulligan the Druid of the Claw, sadly. I'm gonna keep the swipe in case I fall really far behind. Don't draw any good cards, I need to clear the board. So I've got a little panic button here. Okay, this turns out nicely. So not gonna coin out the Alchemist, but I will be happy to play him on turn 2. Unless she plays a 3-2. That's the worst. If they play a 3-2, you can't play Crazed Alchemist, because then you turn their 3-2 into a 2-3, and your Crazed Alchemist just dies, which is sad. She Fire Blast my face, which is a good sign. Now I could coin out the Worgen, but I don't really want to unless I can convince myself to do it right here. What does it do? It might stop her from playing some plays, but then let's say she plays an Iron for Grizzly. Yeah, it seems kind of silly. Let's just play the Crazed Alchemist. She plays a 3-3. I can Crazed Alchemist Shapeshift to kill it. Otherwise, I'll just play the Worgen. She has a secret. Okay. This is troubling, because if that is Mirror Entity, as is likely, and I play the Raging Worgen, my Worgen gets copied and both of my creatures are going to die. Shoot. Alright. Well, let's check if it's Ice Armor or Vaporize. It's not. Okay, I'm going to respect the possibility of Mirror Entity. It's the most likely secret of the ones that she could play. So I could have played this and had it turn into a Worgen and kill both my stuff, and both my stuff would die, or I can keep this in my hand. I've decided to keep it in my hand until I can actually answer the Worgen after playing my own. Shield Master. Okay. Can't quite kill it, unfortunately. Ah, Silver Moon Guardian. Okay, so if I give her a Silver Moon Guardian, it's not quite as bad. Is it not quite as bad? Ah, jeez. Still seems pretty bad. It'll kill my Crazed Alchemist and everything. Alright, well, let's do it. Bite is kind of ineffective here, so is Swipe.
Shall not fall.
It's a Mirror Entity. Alright. It was a very good Mirror Entity. I'm actually going to throw this thing away at the Senjin, so that the Senjin will hopefully die to my Silver Moon Guardian. But that mirror Entity really helped her stay in the game. Now, it's not over yet. I can coin an Archmage next turn. The issue really is that I'm starting to fall behind on the board here, and Swipe is not quite good enough. She's just gonna get the killer with a bunch of 3 toughness minions. Swipe is really, really atrocious. Okay. What I'm gonna do is Claw, Shapeshift, kill the Senjin. Here comes the coin. And I'm gonna play the Worgen, try to use the Worgen to kill this ghoul. And she can use the Silver Moon Guardian to kill the Worgen, but then I'll have to maybe swipe or bite the ghoul. I'm falling behind him on the back foot. She's got the tempo, and she keeps on maintaining it. As long as she keeps on having plays, she'll win. If she misses a beat and has a bad turn, like she plays a bunch of stuff that dies to swipe, then I can actually still win. Fen Creeper is not what I wanted to see at all, in the slightest. So the ghoul is huge. Jeez, this thing sucks. I could swipe the ghoul just to kill it, but that seems awfully sad. Well, let's play the Archmage. So now the ghoul can actually kill the Archmage with the help of Fire Blast. Rather dismally, but... yeah, I'll just play the Ancient of Lore after that. Maybe even heal up with it. But I do need the cards. I'll probably have to get the cards with it. She could also get me down to like 12 health and just try to burn me out, which is a very real possibility. She's gonna kill this with a fireball. Grow the ghoul some more. Ugh. I can't play this if I'm not healing with it, because then I go down too much in health. In fact, even if I heal it, she still just kills me down to 6 health. Shit. Alright, we're gonna have to swipe the Flesh-Eating Ghoul because it hits so hard. And we're gonna have to play the Ooze out of Desperation. That was a very pathetic showing. She had the Mirror Entity. That Mirror Entity won it for her. It's completely halted my tempo. And then I lost. I mean, it's possible I could have just played into it and let her kill both my creatures. Then I could have played the Silver Moon Guardian, that she wouldn't have gotten a Silver Moon Guardian out of it. I don't know. Maybe that would have been better.
What to do? What to do?
Water Elemental. Great. She takes a moment to kill that off. Fine. Swipe is just really ineffective here.
The light protects me.
And she pings my face. Oh gosh. Alright, let's play this to heal up. And Mark of Nature to stop the bleeding. This is very desperate. A Polymorph or a Silence will get the job done, but you know, when you're behind, you gotta play to your outs. And my outs are she does not have a Polymorph.
Your
She has a silence, which is just as bad. She can just ignore this thing now and hit me for 7, down to 5. Down to 4 with this, so a fireball does win her the game at this point.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Alright, bunch of crap. If I could get an Azure Drake, that would actually let me clear most of her board. And possibly catch back up and win. I think that might be the only way. She's actually going to take the time to kill my minions. She's playing this maybe overcautiously. She will freeze me to deactivate my biting and shapeshifting. Alright, well, let's play... Oh god, healing up isn't even going to save me. What is this? 7, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to be at 14 health. I mean, technically I could live. Technically. Alright, we're going to swipe this. Play the Guardian. She can hit me for 5, 6. I'm at 3 health, but she's been playing very cautiously as if she doesn't have the burn. I can't play these in the same turn, tragically. But at least I can play this guy to heal up. And the Silver Moon Guardian can at least kill the Razorfin Hunter, maybe? She has 4 cards, I mean, she's got a lot to work with. All she has to do is just play minions and she'll be fine. Oh, that's ugly. So now I'm down to 1 health after she Fire Blasts my face. That bug is so bizarre. She's actually pinging this thing. Wow. Taking the time to kill it. She's playing super cautiously, maybe even too cautiously. Hard to say for sure. Okay, so I heal up to 10. She has 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. I am not going to make her prove that she can look for the win. We're going to concede. So 10 wins. Pretty good arena run. I was at 8-0, so getting up to 10-3 may seem bad, but at the same time, I did have some free wins against really bad players. So the fact that I ended up losing probably just shows I made it maybe farther than this deck really deserved. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like the video and or subscribe to my channel if you'd like to support me. If you want to stick around because you just can't get enough of Papa Boris, well, let's do our prizes now and see what we get. Dust. And a golden con. Okay, well, at least it's golden. So we got 135 dust there, which is pretty solid. And what was that, 180 gold? Not bad. It'll keep me at exactly 9,000, I think. I have had nothing but pretty garbage packs for a while. Oh, my friend is still aboard. Let's go ahead and disenchant our stuff. Yep, we got exactly 180 gold there. We got some new cards to speak of. So there is, over here in Druid land, a golden Savage Roar. Ooh. And a golden Deadly Shot, which can be disenchanted. My other friend, Dan, also responding to my toast. And we're getting really close here. We are just like 6,000 dust away from having a complete set, which is pretty sweet. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a stream. And after that stream, or at the beginning of that stream, we will do Rogue, Mage, or Druid. So thanks again for watching, folks. I'll see you tomorrow at the stream. Take care.